Hello. Today we're going to read some sentences with missing words. Then we're going to fill in the missing words and combine a few sentences together to make a paragraph. I'll show you how we're going to do this. Okay, so before we begin, let's talk about how we're going to find the missing words in our sentence. There's 4 things that we can do. The first thing is to read the sentence carefully that we see. The second thing is to try each word in the blank spot. So if we have 3 words underneath, then we can put each word into that sentence to see if it makes sense. The third thing that we can do is choose the word that fits. We can find the word that makes sense in that sentence. And the fourth thing that we can do is check the picture that we have to see if it matches the sentence in the picture. So let me show you how we're going to do this. This is the picture that we have, okay? So what do I notice in this picture? First, this seems to be a bus, and there's people on the bus. There's a bus driver, there's a boy holding something, and then there's a few other people on the bus, okay? So I know before I even start reading that my sentences could be about this bus, okay? So let me show you our first sentence that we're going to fill in. The first thing that we are going to do is read what we have so far. Kim got on a blank. So remember, the first step was to read the sentence carefully. So we did that. The second thing that we need to do is to put each word that we have into the blank spot to see if it makes sense. So let's try it. This word is red. Let's try that word in the sentence. Kim got on a red. Now that doesn't make any sense. You can't get on a red. Red's not a thing, it's a color, right? So let's try the other word. This says bus. Kim got on a bus. That makes sense. So I'm going to put that word in my blank. So remember, the third step was to choose the word that makes sense in the sentence, and that word does. The fourth step was to check to see if the sentence matches the picture, which I know that it does because this is a bus and Kim got on a bus. Maybe that's Kim right there. Okay, so that's our first sentence, and we have 2 more that we're going to use to make a paragraph, okay? Here is the second sentence. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to read the sentence carefully. He had a big blank. Okay, so we know that we're talking about one of the people in this picture. I'm not sure which one yet. Let's try the words to see if we can figure out what word is missing. Our second step was to try each word in that blank to see if it makes sense. So let's do the first one, bag. He had a big bag. I do see that there's a boy in the picture holding a bag. So I think that might be our right answer, but let's check the other one just to make sure. So this other word is him. Let's try it in the blank. He had a big him. Now that doesn't make any sense. So I know that bag is going to be my right answer right there. Okay, I have one more sentence to check, and then we have a paragraph that we can read at the end. All right. So remember, the first thing that we're going to do is read this sentence carefully. He did not blank. Okay, so I did this first step. Now the second step is to try each word in the blank. Let's try that. Let's do the first one, pan. He did not pan. Now that doesn't make any sense because I know that a pan is something that I would cook on, right? So I don't think that's my answer. Let's try the next word, sit. He did not sit. I think that makes sense. So I'm going to have sit be my answer there. So remember, the fourth step is to check the picture to the sentence. He did not sit. I do see a boy in there who's not sitting, so that seems to match. So if we combine all of these sentences into a paragraph, it would read like this. Kim got on a bus. He had a big bag. He did not sit. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so in class on Friday, we're going to go over another story like that, and we have the 4 steps that we're going to use. Remember, the first step when we're matching or filling in missing words in the sentence is to read the sentence that we have carefully. The second step is to try each word that we're given in our word bank in that sentence. The third step is to choose the word that makes the most sense. And the fourth step is to check the picture and our sentence to make sure that they match. Okay? I'll see you Friday.